Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for April 10th, April 4th to 10th. Wow, I'm ready to let out of it. This is for Cancer, Sun, and Rising, and while this is a general reading, I try to get as specific as I can. You'll notice I use a little bit of astrology, obviously tarot, and guides for your reading. Now, this week, April 4th to 10th, there's a lot of activity happening, especially in your house of career. The Sun, Mercury, they're in Aries. We had a new moon in Aries on March 31st. It really kicked off this week. And one other highlight I want to point out is that Venus is entering Pisces on the 5th. Going to be there for the entire month. And that is really great energy. That's in your ninth house of mind expansion, travel, publishing. Venus obviously is all about love, but it's money, it's attraction, it's really just a power boost in that house. And you know, Venus is exalted in Pisces, so that's a great aspect. Yeah, so let's get started and let's see where your week is going to look like, Cancer. Also, I'm very new to YouTube and I am just getting sorted with, I should be getting a mic soon, and also I will be getting a different kind of camera to record so you can see all the cards, but I will be holding the cards up when the ones that you can't see to the screen. So here we go, Cancer, for April 4th to 10th. Wow. Okay. So right now you pull the King of Wands. All right. So this is sort of the theme of the week is you are going to feel very powerful. You probably got a new job. Wow, you probably got a new job. You're in the running for a new job. You're applying for new jobs, or even at your job, you're getting a lot of notice. You're getting a lot of attention. You're in a more authoritative position. This is really great, especially because I know Cancers have been having a lot of mixed messages and mixed moments in their career the past few years. And so it's great to have the King of Wands. This is all about transformation. This is transformative energy, and this is taking control of your career. This is really great to have. I honestly, this is just really great. In your challenge area, you got Justice, okay? Huge Libra energy here. I wouldn't worry too much about that. My guides are saying that that is just one little thing. There could be something coming up this week where you feel like it's not right. And that's when you're going to have to take control of that situation. Something that could happen to you in terms of work, there could be something that happens out of the blue. Maybe there's a decision that has to be made, or there's like a judgment call. But you know, the justice card is all about fairness, right? And you can see that sitting enthroned, sword to the sky, and then the scale, all about balance. So this really is all about what goes around comes around, and justice will be served. And so I feel like there may be a moment where you have to, just boss up in that situation and be that person. I think you are aware of this too, and I think that whatever comes your way, I think that you are gonna do the right thing. Also, because one thing I want to point out about the Justice card that not a lot of readers point out is that little white shoe sticking out. It's just a reminder of the spiritual consequences, right? Okay, so that could happen with the wrong decision, but you are going to make the right decisions here, and I feel that, and it's just something that I want to point out because there could be something that happens where you might have to make a big decision based on ethics or morality, and is this the right thing to do? And the energy that I'm getting and the messages I'm getting is that it is very positive. So interestingly, you got the Hangman. I love this. Okay, the Hangman is one of the most misunderstood cards. A lot of people think the Hangman is like really bad. It's really not, okay? And so this is just what's been kind of like what you might be going through this week. You might pick up a new perspective on how you see things. It could have something to do with the Justice card. That could really trigger this new way of thinking. The thing about the Hangman is that this is all about looking at things in a different perspective. Now, if you take a close look, all right, you can see that he has a smirk on his face. He put himself there. No one else put him there. He put himself there so he can look at things in a different way, because things in the past were not working the way that he wanted it to. Maybe it was a certain pattern that you were doing. Maybe it was a certain way that you approach things that just wasn't working, or you kept hitting like roadblocks or a dead end. And so this is great because you're in a position this week where you are shifting your perspective in a new way, and you're looking at life in a new way, and that's great. You're looking at your career. If you're here for relationships, that applies to that too, right? So this is just looking at things in a different way. What really helps is that the new moon in Aries that we just had, and of course, again, that's all about career. That's all about achievements. It's all about success in your work zone. So a lot of this is relative to career for this week, okay? Especially because there is a lot of activity there, but it's also like a lot of it's mental too. Remember, I said Venus is going into Pisces, and that's in your ninth house of mind expansion. So the end of the day, energy beneath you, energy on the bottom. You got the Knight of Pentacles. So what's great about this card, I love the Knight. This is really fiery energy, and Pentacles is all about money. So it looks like you are in a position where you may have gotten a raise. You may have recently gotten a raise. You may have recently started a new job. You may have recently started some passion project. Maybe you started your own YouTube. There is something that you want to see grow financially as well, like a new steady income, more income, a new stream of income. There's something there that you have put a lot of effort into, and deep down inside, this is one of your goals, is to see this go through, but also being financially rewarded. And so this Knight is, even though the Knights are really, really fiery, this one is very calculating and slow and steady and just watching that growth, okay? So that's really good. You're in a really good position this week. And what makes it also really great is that you pulled the moon, okay? That is very big Pisces energy. And so this is really funny because that's coming from your past. And I mentioned earlier that you had gone through some moments of maybe stress, maybe challenges, maybe things not going your way. Maybe there were so many changes in your life, and maybe a lot of things happened that turned everything upside down, or threw you off your game, or threw you off your path. And that was very emotional for you, okay? And it was very emotionally distressing. Maybe it caused a little bit of fear moving forward. And what I love about that is that you got over it and you pushed forward, and now you are sitting in the throne, King of Wands. You took all your power back. Good for you, Cancer. I love that. I mean, that is a true success story right there. One other thing I'm going to point out real quick is, let's see, you got the Seven of Wands here. Sorry, I'm just looking at something else. Okay, so you got the Seven of Wands here. And so this is something to expect this week, because you're in a position where you are becoming a lot more successful, and you are becoming recognized for what you do, and who you are, and just how talented you are, and creative you are, and authoritative you are. There could be some moments of you having to stand your ground. There could be moments, the message that I'm getting is like some people might question you. And so I think that is for people who have started a new job, or maybe starting a new job. Someone could be questioning your background. Listen, don't even worry about it. You've got this. You have nothing to prove. And this is, as you can see, he is the only person in the tarot deck that is wearing two different shoes, indicating this came out of nowhere. These people came to come after him. He got out of bed really fast and didn't even put on the right, shoes. And so it could be something that happens this week where you unexpectedly are questioned, or someone comes after you and your credentials or your background or whatever. Do not even worry about it, because this is all about standing your ground and protecting everything that you've worked for to this point. So this is, in a way, a good thing, because it means people are jealous of you too. So this is really strong energy about you moving forward, about you getting what you want and you getting what you deserve, okay? So that's really great. Now, before I move to your staff, if you are liking this reading so far, it'd be great if you can like and subscribe. That really helps me out, especially because I am new to YouTube, and it would be really nice, and I would be eternally grateful. Okay, so now moving on to your staff. One thing that I want to point out is that this week, okay, so you also got, gosh, you're gonna know this out too. You also got Seven of Cups. I call it the card of illusions, okay? And so my advice for you is that at some point this week, and this probably has to do with the Justice card too, and this is where you're gonna have to come in and be that person of authority. This week there could be someone that, there could be some opportunities presented to you where some of them are not great, okay? And so you're gonna have to make decisions, and you're gonna have to make big decisions. If you see this card, the universe is presenting this young man a lot of different options, and they're, considered gifts, right? But if you take a closer look, you can see they're not all great. There's a snake coming out of one of the cups. There's like a dragon coming out of the other one. And so that's where you're going to have to, kind of prove your worth in some of this. Again, it relates to the Justice card, and it relates to the King of Wands, right? And so that with you being in this powerful position, and it also links back to, because it's 7, the 7 of Wands, okay? So that's when I say, like, people could be, questioning you or whatever, but this is really just about like power, and this is all about like, there's so much energy in Aries right now. There's so much energy in Aries this week, and again, that is a place of career, right? And I am getting the feeling that for a lot of you Cancers, this is a new career. This is something new. If it's not a new job, it could be like a new client. It could be a new partnership. There's something new with career happening this month. Well, especially this week, there's a lot of decisions to be made. Nine of Cups, okay? So people who are here for relationships, this is a really good sign. But this is, the Nine of Cups is the typical knight in shining armor that you read about in fairy tales. He's very passionate, he's very loving, he's very caring, he's very kind, okay? So this is in your external factors area. So if you are looking for a relationship, someone could come through. Yeah, someone could come through this week, and that's great. If you are in a relationship already, you could have some beautiful moments with your partner this week, okay? This is a very loving card. In terms of work, in terms of career, take a look at his helmet. I love the wings of imagination. Also, they're on his shoes as well. And so you could just have these incredible creative moments this week, okay, that really inspires you. And it's something that you can also use to your advantage in terms of some of these situations this week, because it just shows you are a really creative person, and there is a lot of creative energy coming through. Now, let's get over to the Nine of Swords. So, here's the thing. I think you're in this spread, there could be a moment, well, twofold, okay? One thing, a lot of the hardships you got over from the past, I think you might be afraid they're going to happen again. Listen, let's squash that fear, okay? You're in such a good place. You're in such a good place right now. This week is so great for you. And then, this entire month is actually great for you, but this week is great for you. So let's squash that fear. If there are some of you that feel, deep down inside, there is like that fear that whatever happened to you in the past, maybe you lost a job, maybe you lost a client, maybe you had a hard time with a boss. Squash that fear because you're in a completely new place, okay? There's also this hope to get over all that fear. And so that is up to you. Everyone has free will. Everyone can do what they want to do as they please. But I want you to know you're in a really, really good place and you have nothing to fear, okay? Now, the Hierophant, all right? That's great. Okay, so the Hierophant is the final outcome card, and he is the typical, traditionally he's known as like the high priestess, or I'm sorry, the high priest, and he is the male equivalent of her. But this is a very religious figure, traditionally, but what it really is all about passing wisdom and gaining wisdom and new insight and following, structure and traditions. And I think, other thing I want to point out is when you see the color gray in tarot, that really does represent wisdom, okay? So there's a lot of wisdom in the final outcome here, and I think that you're going to gain a lot of the wisdom, but the message that I'm getting is you're going to pass along a lot of wisdom too. And I think that's amazing. And I think that you are growing in such a powerful way, especially this week. So I'm very excited for you, Cancer. I really am. This is going to be a great week. So yeah, I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. That would be really amazing. And I will see you next week. All right.